Good morning, children. In our previous classes, we have discussed the contributions of the great scientists in the classification of elements. We studied law of triads, law of octaves, and Mendeleev periodic table. In this session, we are going to study the modern periodic table proposed by Henry Moseley. With that, Henry Moseley. Henry Moseley showed that atomic number is more fundamental property than the atomic mass. In the olden classification, atomic mass was considered for the classification of elements. But Henry Moseley proposed that atomic number is the more fundamental property than the atomic mass. The chemical properties of an element is more related to the atomic numbers. So in the year 1923, he proposed that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Let us discuss the salient features of modern periodic table or long form periodic table. How many rows are there? There are 7 horizontal rows in modern periodic table or long form periodic table. They are called periods and are denoted by 1 to 7 Hindu-Arabic numerals. See this one. See this. This is the first period and this one is the second period and this is the third period. Observe this one. Fourth period and fifth period. See this. This is the sixth period and this is the seventh period. Okay. Altogether 7 horizontal rows are there. Each row is called period. Are you clear about that one? Next, there are 18 vertical columns. Observe this one. 1, next 2, 3, 4, 5, see this, 6, 7 and so on. How many vertical columns are there? 18 vertical columns are there. These 18 vertical columns are known as groups. What do we call them? They are known as the groups. So, in old notation, groups are denoted by using the Roman numerals 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A and so on. See this one here in the modern notation, we are using 1 to 18 numbers. 1 to 18 numbers. In olden days, first group is known as 1A. This is second group 2A. And this boron family is known as 3A, 13th group, 14th group, 4A and so on. Are you clear about that one? Period number tells the number of electron shells. For example, you consider the first period. See, how many elements are there in the first period? Only 2 elements are there. So, it belongs to first period. It belongs to first period. Only 1 shell is there. So, what do the period number tell? Period number tells electron shells are orbits, stationary paths in an atom. So, in the first period, how many shells are there? How many orbits are there? Only 1 shell is there, 1 orbit is there. That is s orbit. S, K shell and S orbital. K shell and S orbital. See this one. Hydrogen and helium. Second period. Go for the second period. This second period, lithium to what is that? Neon. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. So, this belongs to L shell. So, second period has L shell. So, first period has K shell. And second period has 2 shells are there. 2 shells are there. 2 orbits are there. And that is K and L. Next, come to the third period. Third period, see 3 shells are there. KLM. What is that? KLM. That is the third period has 8 elements. Sodium to argon. What is that? Sodium to argon. And fourth period has 18 elements. Potassium to krypton. Potassium to krypton. N shell. Okay. So N shell starts from the N is equal to 4. N is equal when the principal quantum number is 4, the N shell starts. Okay. So KLMN. So in the fourth period, 18 elements are there. They are from potassium to krypton. Fifth period has 18 elements. Sixth period has 32 elements. Seventh period is incomplete and has 32 elements. We have to observe one thing here. If you observe carefully, each horizontal row starts with alkali metal and ends with an inert gas. See this one: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are all known as inert gases. So each period starts with alkali metal and ends with inert gas. Are you clear about that one? Next, for example, you have given a question, atomic number 13. Which element is it, to which group it belongs to which period it belongs to? He has asked. So simply you remember, write the electronic configuration which you studied in your ninth class. The electronic configuration is 2, 8, 3. That is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p1. So how many shells are there? 3 shells are there. How many shells are there? 3 shells are there. So it belongs to third period. Another way is also, simply you remember the electronic configuration of inert gases. For example, helium, that is 1s2, neon, see 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, so neon 10, 18, 36 and so on. So for example, if an element is given 25, 25 is in between this one only na, so that is, see this one. So to which group it belongs to which period it belongs to? It belongs to fourth period. See this one. Like this you can write that also. Okay. For example, an element 14 is given. Okay, atomic number 14 is given. 14 falls here in between argon only na. See this one. Argon is 18. So 14 is here only. Okay. That is 13. That is 14 aluminum and silicon. See this one. This belongs to third period. Are you clear about that? So whenever you are asked to identify to which period the given element belongs to, okay, simple, you write the electronic configuration, count how many shells are there. Are you clear about that one? Now come to the point. Groups. What are groups? There are 18 groups in long form periodic table. See, groups are nothing but elements having similar chemical properties. Elements having similar chemical properties are grouped together. Chemical properties of elements depends on number of valence electrons. For example, all the elements having one as valency electron. If one electron is as the valency electron, see, that is, in simply we can say that if the differentiating electron is entering into s orbital, they are known as s block elements. If only one electron is entering into s orbital, then it is known as 1a group. Next one, if two electrons enters into s orbital, then it is known as 2a. Okay, so yes, these are known as 1a and 2a elements are known as s block elements. Okay, so their general electron configuration is ns1 for 1a and ns2 for 2a. So see this one: hydrogen 1s1, lithium 1s2, 2s1, sodium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Okay, see, if you observe the valency electrons of the first group elements, you will find one electron in their valency shell. So chemical properties of elements depends on number of valency electrons. So the chemical properties of all 1a group elements are identical. In the same manner, 2a group elements: beryllium 1s2, 2s2, magnesium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s2. So this has 2 electrons. All these 2a group elements have 2 electrons in their valency shell. Are you clear? In the same manner, next one, see, in your syllabus there is no third group, fourth group, fifth group and so on. Up to 12 there is no, they are not in your syllabus. So directly you can jump to 13th group. See this one, 13th group. This is also known as 3a group. What we call them? 3a group and 4a group, 5a group, 6a group, 7a group, and this is group number 18. Are you clear about that one? So see, if the number of valency electrons are 3, then it is nothing but 3a group. Okay, all these elements will have same valency electrons. See this one, all these. Okay, they will have the same valency electrons, and carbon family also have same valency electrons, and nitrogen family will have same valency electron, and oxygen family will have same valency electron, and halogens will have same valency electrons, are you clear about that one? Next one, these are known as what we call them p block elements. How it is named? If the differentiating electron means the new coming electron enters into p orbital. For example, you consider this boron. Boron electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Okay, 2p1 means the new coming electron entered into p orbital. Next, here also see this one, carbon 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, so the new coming electron, two electrons enters into p orbital. Here also 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, that is the new coming electron is entering into p orbital, and so on. So if the differentiating electron enters into p orbital, then they are known as p block elements. If the differentiating electron enters into s orbital, they are known as s block elements. So the general electronic configuration of p block elements is ns2 np 1 to 6, 1 to 6. Next you come to this one, 18th group. See, their general electronic configuration is ns2 np6 except helium, are you clear? Next, observe this one. This is d block element. This is d block elements. These d block elements, their general electronic configuration is n minus 1 d1 to 10 to ns 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So if the differentiating electron enters into d orbital, then they are known as d block elements. D block elements. They are also known as transition elements. What we call them? Transitional elements. See, that is group number 3 to 12 are known as d block elements. Okay, what is their general electronic configuration? N minus 1, d1 to 10, and ns 1 to 2. Are you clear? For example, you consider here I have considered an example, scandium. Atomic number is 21. See this one, atomic number is 21. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s2 and 3d1. So the new electron, that is the new coming electron, entered into d orbital, So this is d block element. In the same manner, scandium and titanium also. See, 3d2, and vanadium 3d3. Okay, 3d2, and chromium, and so on. Are you clear about that one? So the new coming electron enters into d orbital, then they are known as d block elements. They are also known as transitional elements. They are also known as the transitional elements. Are you clear? Next one. See this one. In the modern periodic table, another salient feature is the lanthanoids and actinides. Lanthanoids and actinides are placed below the periodic table. See, the elements from atomic number 57, that is lanthanum to lutetium 71, are known as lanthanoids, and from actinium 89, atomic number 89 to lawrencium 103 are known as actinides. These lanthanoids and actinides are placed below the periodic table. Okay, they are also nothing but they are also known as F block elements. Are you clear? These are known as F block elements. Their general electronic configuration is n minus 2 f1 to 14, f1 to 14. Simple thing. The differentiating electron, that is the new electron, enters into f orbital. Okay, their general electronic configuration is n minus 2 f1 to 14 and n minus 1 d 0 to 1 and ns2. Are you clear? Children, no need to by heart the entire periodic table. No need to by heart 118 elements. Simply you remember this mini periodic table, write down this periodic table and practice in your notebook. Okay, it is very easy. Simply see this one. I have considered 4 periods, 4 rows only, 4 rows. Up to zinc, up to 30 elements in your syllabus. Okay, only 30 elements are there for your syllabus. So go on giving the numbering like this. Write down the 4 rows. Okay, 4 periods. Next one, 18 groups like this. Okay, so 1 2, 3, 4, so and so on up to what is that 36 krypton or up to 30 you write. You write the 4 periods. You take the 4 periods. So the first period hydrogen and helium. Second period lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay, so you learn horizontally. Okay, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Next, potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. These 30 elements are in your syllabus for the examination. So you please learn this mini periodic table. Are you clear about that one? Okay, are you clear, children? So this long form periodic table or modern periodic table has 18 groups. How many groups are there? 18 groups are there, and 7 horizontal rows are there, 7 periods are there, and lanthanides and actinides are placed below the periodic table, and inert gases are placed in the 18th group along with the other elements. Are you clear? Let us learn the important points. Keep all the important points on our concept board. Thank you, children. Do watch my channel. Please subscribe. From Monday onwards, I am going to analyze the annual question papers and the important questions. Do subscribe to my channel. Follow my channel. Thank you. Take care of your health during COVID time. Thank you, children. Thank you very much for watching.